That's what he said. Stop. It looks like a penis, so there's no point me even holding it up. And this person don't even have one. Oh, that's fucked up, spirit. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for being here. So I have spent the last, it looks like 6 minutes. Well, I started the video and I had already sat down. I'm like, I'm not gonna get up and turn this video off. So but I didn't feel like talking right away. And I put on some music, sat back, and I just started drawing. So I wrote down a few things. This is kind of what I drew. Try to see. It's a random thing, but I'll tell you what was standing out. I was zoned out, and I made sure I wrote that down because I totally like got into the music, forgot the video was even recording, and I just started drawing kind of whatever my mind led me to. I didn't have any idea what I was going to draw. I just went with it, with whatever I was feeling. I kind of got lost in it. I noticed that I went so deep that it bled through the paper onto the paper below. And I also had a type of butterflies while I was writing, or drawing, rather. So the first thing I drew was, it looked like some sort of arrow, like a bow and arrow, but the arrow that's going through the bow is bent. And then I heard bent, Brent, Benton, anything to do with bent. Could even be the name of something. But the arrow was bent and it was going downwards, and then the arrow turns almost into a person, and their legs, it's almost as if this person is kind of relaxing in a situation, sitting with a situation, because I drew the legs as if they were kind of propped up against a wall. And I surrounded this individual with a heart. The bow and arrow, however, at the end of me drawing, turns into a harp. Like I started drawing strings on the bow and arrow, and it became a harp with music coming out of it. So I heard harp, harper, harpeth. So what kind of message can we get out of that? I don't know. I get the vibe of someone could be like laying down almost. Maybe not right this second, but I see this individual at some point having been laying down, or will be, maybe this is later on, and they could be probably laying on a bed on their back. At the most, they're probably in a recliner because of the way that the feet are positioned, the legs of my drawing. It looks like a penis, so there's no point me even holding it up. From over there, it looks like a penis. It's not. This person don't even have one. Oh, that's fucked up, spirit. Oh, don't say that. Just because I didn't draw one don't mean they don't have one. Stop. Well, in the picture, I didn't draw a penis. It doesn't mean they got a little wanker, guys. What it means is maybe they're not thinking with their dick, because I drew a heart for their head. So someone's thinking with love, not their lower extremities. Anyway, y'all get your mind out of my gutter. Get your own. We talk about this. This is someone who's laying on the bed, or propped up somehow, or their feet are, at least, their legs, or they're stretched out and one is propped up on something. And they're thinking about a person. Only one particular person at this moment, at that moment that they're laying down, or they're positioned this way. Either they're thinking about them because they're listening to music, or they're maybe they're listening to this person themselves. Maybe they're on the phone or something, or I don't know. They're either on the phone, or they're listening to the person they're thinking about somehow, or they're listening to music that reminds them or makes them think of the person that they're wanting to think about. Does that make sense? I'm not sure why it's bent, because two things here are bent. The knee is bent, and the arrow. Whoever this is, they're not doing anything. They're just sitting there thinking about someone. And low-key falling in love, you know? I mean, but they're holding it in. Now, this may not be anything serious. This could be someone who's discovered a new artist and they're like, oh my God, I'm in love with her music, or I'm in love with his music, I love it. And so you binge watch them or you binge listen to them. You guys ever do that? Who is it? Dragon is her name. When I first heard of her, she's a newer artist. I binged listened the shit out of her. I was like, oh my God, I love her. So someone could just be binge listening to some music, possibly binge watching a show, but I think it's more like music. Could be a show, but there's music in it. Well, there's music in every show, movies, everything. Whatever someone's listening to, or thinking about, they're loving it. Absolutely loving it. They want more of it. They can't get enough of it. It's relaxing almost. It makes their heart feel things. And I know, because there's fucking hearts everywhere. I'm hearing from my head to my toes. I don't get this person sleeping. No, they're awake when this is happening. They're just not moving. They're physically just kind of... You know what else I'm hearing? This could also be the reason that now the person is sideways is because someone has been... they don't want to fall. Like, they don't want to fall. They don't want to fall for anyone. They weren't expecting this, is what I'm hearing. They weren't wanting this, expecting this, or you weren't, whoever this is. Someone wasn't necessarily looking to... You know, or were they? I don't know. All I know is they love it. They're loving what they're hearing. They're loving the sound. I love the sound of that. I like the sound of that. I could also say this person is feeling rather surrounded. They feel surrounded. This could be someone who's possibly making specific moves, all for one particular person. Like, let's say, you know, they're like, oh, I know that this person likes long hair, so I'm gonna grow my hair out. Like, something like that, right? Or I know this person may like this kind of cologne, I'm gonna wear this kind of cologne. It's something along those lines. It's not changing oneself to fit another's wants and likes. It's just someone here is like, it's almost like they know what somebody likes for some of them, and then they're kind of surrounding themselves with it. Or this is someone who cannot get an individual off their mind. I mean, at all, like at all. And so what they're doing is, I guess, by thinking about them constantly, they're like surrounding themselves with this person's energy 24/7. It's just like 24/7, 365. This person is in their mind since the first day, always, there it is, present, ever present. They think about them a lot throughout the day. They think about them when they're going to bed. They're on their mind when they're, especially right before bed, because that's the vibe I get, or when they're chilling and relaxing, they think about this person a lot. And they wonder things about them, like, what are you doing? They don't do anything. It looks like they do nothing, but they just wonder. For somebody here, it could actually be that this individual prefers to think about this person a lot because it keeps them from focusing on all the other shit in the world going on. You know what I mean? It's like they have so many other things on their plate, and like we all do. We have so many other things to worry about and think about, like the fact that all of our food is poisoned for the most part, and now they're 3D printing our food, you know, shit like that. Yeah, they are 3D printing salmon. Oh, they're doing it all. But anyways, you know, this is the vibe here. Someone's like, they got a lot on their mind. Probably things in the world, with their country, politics, government, family, health. I mean, just a whole, you name it, the whole 9 yards. And this person likes football, somebody. Not for everybody, but I'm getting football here. Whoever they're thinking about, the reason they like thinking about this person is because when they think of them or focus on them or listen to specific music that reminds them of them, it takes them away from thinking about everything else. You know what I mean? It's like a nice little escape. And recreate a place that's my own world, and I could be your favorite girl forever, perfectly together. Who is that? That's No Doubt, right? The Sweet Escape. Okay, so the person that is thinking about someone, the one that they're thinking about, that person is how do I say it? Rebellious. That person is rebellious. In some way in their life, they're rebellious and they are a bad girl or a bad boy. Not actually like they're going out there harming people, no. But they're, they challenge the status quo and they can be a little debatable and they can be argumentative and they can be where they cause issues because they see things differently than a lot of people, and that can cause issues. Again, it can cause stress and strife when you don't conform. So whoever this person is thinking about is a nonconformist, is someone who may even like I'm hearing rally, or they just kind of lead their own life, but loudly, probably loudly enough that it runs like music through this person's ears. That's why I'm drawing it as music. It could actually be music in some way, but someone's essence is music to another person's heart and ears and eyes and all of it, because they're different. Yes, are they a little stressful because they are challenging and they don't just fall in line? Yes, that's stressful. But they also admire this about this person because they don't want someone who's like everyone else. They don't want someone who just wants to fit in, who just falls in line. They want a free thinker. Or let's say this is an individual who admires a free thinker, someone who doesn't fall in line and conform, although it is stressful. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you have a child and you raise this child, but your child is very outspoken and has a mind of their own. Maybe they go out there when they get older and they protest, and maybe what they're protesting against is like actually they're right, but it puts them in danger. See what I'm saying? But you admire them for it because you're like, wow. And I mean, stand for something or you'll fall for anything. That's this person. This person is falling for a person who does not fall for anything. And that can be scary, but it's also admirable. It's like, wow, I really like that. You know what I mean? I like it. I like that you can think for yourself. And what are they doing with these feelings they have for someone? Not shit. It looks like they're, no. Mm-mm. Whoever's having these feelings for this free thinker, they're not doing anything with it yet. They're just kind of basking in the ambience. You know what I'm saying? They're just kind of basking in the feelings, taking it all in. I'll write that down. Taking it all in. That's what he said. I do want to make note of that though, guys. Remember I said in the beginning something about the wanker, and I didn't draw one. But I think that's the point. I think that's the most important point here, is because there isn't a wanker or a hoo-ha on my drawing. I didn't draw it. When I was zoning out before I started this message, I did not draw a wanker or a hoo-ha. And the reason is now I see, because it doesn't matter. Here, someone's falling for someone in their heart, in their head, their eyes. Everything else is falling for someone before their genitals do, which is definitely what we're looking for here, right? We don't want the other. That can come later, if at all, you know what I mean? Like, if at all. So that's what we have thus far for this message. I'm gonna leave it there. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.